Welcome back to the channel. We got a couple of things to share with you, or three. One of the good things is we added another member to our fleet. It would be this trailer here. We just bought this brand new. It's gonna assist us in a lot of what we're trying to do. You guys didn't see this. Your eyes are fooling you. That's not how I would pull it. The good news of the day is we were able to take the BOMBCYCLE down to test and tune, and we'll get you caught up to speed on exactly what all happened. And just to sidestep for a few seconds to catch up those that joining us late of what we got going on here. This 1980 Dodge D150 that we nicknamed Drag Truck, we had pulled out from a farmer's field that was buried in the snow, been sitting there for a while. And so we've been working with it. We got a nice playlist of all what's been done to it. If you go and click on 318 Will Run, even under this video, it'll take you to my home page and you can just click on my playlist. You'll find it. But anyways, in its current state, we have a 5.9 Magnum we got off of Craigslist. Had almost 200,000 miles on it. We never pulled the oil pan off or anything. But what we did do is put an organ regrind cam, 218, 224 duration at 50 with a 494 502 lift on a 1.5 rocker. We put that in there. The skinny of it, I guess, is with a new timing chain and the Hughes spring kit. We got a Speedmaster intake that we got for 40% off on sale, Black Friday sale. That's what's on top of it. 670 Holley. Transmission is a 727 we got for free. We pulled out of a truck that was going to a junkyard, never took it apart, never even changed a filter in it, didn't even clean the grease off, put it in as is. The converter is a Hughes torque converter. And then for the rear end, we pulled the 8 3/4 out of a well, we didn't pull it out, but it's an 8 3/4 from a 72 to 74 Dodge. We put that in there with Dr. Diff axles and bearings and the whole setup. The gears are a 430 on a spool. So that pretty much catches you up to where we are. Budget is at the front of everything with this. Keeping it to where it can be built right out in the open, and that's how we've been doing this. This has pretty much been assembled right out here in the elements. So it's something that you could duplicate right in your driveway, and that's kind of the purpose of it. It would be very easy for me just to show you the videos and let you come to your own conclusions and get a bunch of questions in the comment section, but I just want to take the time and break down exactly what happened. First of all, we knew for a fact, because I called the track, that it was going to be only 1/8 mile. And I'm a 1/4 mile guy. I know. Save it. We're at the end of the year. We're about ready to have the drag strip close. My timing and my schedule is very busy. We're working with the weather. If it rains, I could miss it and move. Then we don't know nothing for the whole entire winter going into spring. I wanted to get a baseline. I wanted to get something that I can go to work on and give me something to think about. So it was 1/8 mile. It was a special day down there. I'm telling you guys, every car that went sounded like a vacuum cleaner. They sound turbos. These cars were running in the 1/8 mile 4s, low 4s, almost 200 mile an hour. Even the cars in test and tune. Nothing but a bunch of turbo wind to sound like a shop vac factory or something. But anyways, so you can see, you know, we were real. We fit with that crowd with drag truck, about like a French fry and a Russian pancake. One of the disappointing things that we had was the length of time between runs. And finally, when they called up test and tune, wouldn't you know it, somebody went and put liquid on the track and shut us down. So we had all that downtime. Finally, they call us out. I get out there, what you just saw, and I was in the water box, and they shut us down again. We had a dragster get out there and went partway down the track and had problems. So we were shut down again. So that was kind of disappointing, how far and few the runs were going to be. But anyways, so we're going to go ahead and go on out with our first run, and we'll let you see what happened. And just by the way, for the camera work, I told my wife, I said, first get me coming out of the water box, staging up and going by you. On the next run, we'll get it midway through. I'm sure I'll get 3 runs in, and then you can stand at the 8th mile and watch me go by, and we're going to get all kinds of good footage, right? Well, let's take this one step at a time. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first run. First pass, 887, 77.9 miles an hour, so almost 78 mile an hour. On the way down, I told my wife 2 things would make the day successful. One is if we didn't break down, oil down the track, and the second one is I would be happy if I got in the 8s in the 8th mile for what we had and how we were set up. Both of those things were accomplished. On the first pass, we did not break down, and my first run was at 887. Speed was 77.9 mile, 93 or whatever, basically about 78 mile per hour. So that was the good thing. The bad thing was there was a flat spot out of the hole. I fought it with the 318, finally got the 318 to respawn. Without doing it. Now the 360 wants even more feel. There was a flat spot coming out of the hole, and so I will replay it, and you can literally hear it and see the truck just dog right down on it. So we ran 887 with a 2:1 60-foot time. So I expected the 60-foot time to definitely be better than 2:1. It was not because of the flat spot. So I know the reason. So if you need to go back, just move the video back to replay it. You can hear it, whoa, and then you can just tell when the truck takes off. When it comes out of the flat spot, you can see the whole truck lift up and it goes. So that's fine. That's fine. We'll be okay with that. And so we waited forever for another pass, and I wanted to do something to see if I could help with that. The 670 Hollies Street Avengers, they're designed 5% better fuel mileage right from the box, right? That's how they advertise it. That's because all the circuits are lean. And that may work great if you're throwing a 4-barrel on, replacing your 2-barrel on your Diplomat or something. But when it comes to performance, I can make it work. There's a lot of work you got to do. You can drill this, drill that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get a different carburetor. I really want a mechanical secondary. So anyways, I decided that day the best chance I had was to add more initial. So I went from 16 to 20 initial. That fell the total timing to 40 instead of 36. Might be too much total, but I wanted to see what would happen with the 60-foot time. For one thing, the 670 Holly is not what I want on here, vacuum secondary. I really want a 750 double pumper on it. Second thing is when it came out, it started off flat and picked up and took off. Cut a 2:1 60-foot time. So, I mean, overall, we came down here. I told my wife we'd come down here to run 8s. We did that on our first pass with an 887. We'll see if we can improve on it. Runs are far and few between. A lot of classes here today, a lot of index classes, a lot of special event type cars. So we'll probably get another run.
So we did get another run, but I went out there and this time it basically cut out and died. In fact, I thought it died, so I let up on the gas and I was going to restart it. But when I let up on the gas, it closed the butterflies, allowing it to pick right back up, and so then I just went through and and just finished out the course and then got off the track. So it was a blowing pass, guys. There's nothing else I could do.
It died in you?
Completely. I had to completely off of it and then start again. 2.7 on the 60 foot. So I just went and completely just like rolled over and it was done. I let up on the gas. I thought I was going to restart it and then it picked itself back up and I went again. So. Another thing that keep in the back of your mind that is worth questioning is our 318 will run unproven engineering $2 hose clamp is how they're going to react, and they've reacted. I didn't spin a lick. It hooked and went for what throttle I was able to give it. Is that right? Overall, we're pretty excited. We count this as a success. The truck didn't oil down the track. It didn't break. And we actually got into 8s first pass out with some carburetor stumble out of the hole. We got into the 8s. So we're pretty excited about that. We'll be fixing that carb issue. Actually, I want a mechanical secondary. We'll be looking for the right carb for the right price. So we're going to pursue it. We're not going to sit on it, guys, but we sure appreciate you staying with us. And if you're hearing this, thanks for staying with us to the end.